Round 3 of the Nations Cup set to get underway, and tonight this match comes to you from Cary, North Carolina, First Horizon Stadium in eastern North Carolina here in the United States. Ben Holden alongside former Olympian and also USA Rugby Hall of Famer and current men's sevens head coach Zach Test. Great to have you with us wherever you're watching around the world tonight. Zach, big opportunity for both these countries. What's the biggest thing at stake for the United States? We'll start with them first tonight.
Well, they've got momentum. They're building on. You know, they had 2 quality wins, but what's in front of them right now is they need 2 points or a win to top this pool coming out of this first round of this Nations Cup. Big achievement in front of them. And
for Spain, they're 1-1 coming in. They played Canada in the opening round, the highest scoring draw ever in an international test match with 42. They can score last week coming away with a victory against Tonga. What's at stake for them tonight?
Again, building on what they've built. They're a very dangerous team. They can kick very well. They can play great defense. It's continuing to build towards their 2027 Australia Rugby World Cup campaign.
We're going to dive into the team sheets a little bit later on here in our open of the broadcast, but let's get your thought on 2 players that you want to highlight here tonight. We'll start with Spain. Who's the guy you really want to watch tonight?
Yeah, it starts in that 9 shirt for Tani Bai. He's got 32 caps for this country. He scored 3 tries in this last 2 matches. He's a little bit of a sniper around the breakdown. He loves to manipulate defenses, either condense them down to put the ball wide or pin defenders in to put his strike runners through the seam. He is an expert manipulator around the breakdown.
Leads the competition so far with those 3 tries, does Tani Bai. On the U.S. side, making his debut in terms of a starter tonight is Julian Roberts.
Yeah, Juice, 26 years old, coming out of Life University, born in Hawaii. This man is so dynamic, playing for the anthem in
his debut as a starter. Time for our coin toss. Now with the captains and referee Ben Breakspear.
Jesse, you're going to flip it for me right now, allow it to come in here, so you just wait and we'll pick it. Wait. Pink it, so you'll actually we'll take this, as you're facing, you'll play that way, yeah. So you're going to kick off left or right. That's what I
So that's how that all unfolded moments ago. The captain of Spain, Alvaro Garcia, youngster, but he is a captain, still in his early 20s. They really trust and believe in him. And Jason Damm, the captain for the United States, who shifts back to a new position tonight, but a position that he seems to be more comfortable in as number 8 for the U.S.
Yeah, it just allows him that freedom of the back of the scrum to pick and dominate where he wants to, and then he's complemented by 2 great back rows in Corey Daniel and Paddy Ryan. So what tells me is Scott Lawrence has really gone with a defensive back row here, where he's going to have ball winners and dominant tacklers.
All right, let's take a further look at Spain. Who else are you looking at for them tonight to get their engine going?
Well, they're dominant, explosive man in that 15 shirt, Wessel Bell. He is a counterattack specialist. We know the U.S. is going to kick a lot. We know it's going to be box kicks off of Ruben De Haas. Can the U.S. kick chase shut down that man, or are they going to give him free space to cause chaos of the U.S. defensive line?
How about on the United States side? We'll take a little bit deeper look at what they bring to the pitch tonight. Who else are you watching tonight for the Eagles?
Yeah, he's in the 18 shirt. He's going to get his first cap, his debut for the United States. Charlie Abel hails from Melbourne, Australia, played for LA MLR, just won a championship with Chicago. He is an anchor for them in the scrum. He can dent defensive lines, and he can put people on their butt.
He sure can. He can deliver a lot of dents. Excited I know USA is to see the debut and the run out for Charlie Abel, a Major League Rugby champion here in the United States. This will be the 7th all-time meeting between these 2 countries. USA leads 5-1 all-time. Spain, though, 53 weeks ago in Charlotte, west of where we are tonight, they won 31-20. So there's Jason Damm, been wearing the scrum cap the last 2 weeks, a product of Marietta, Georgia. Clemson University, where he attended college. He's a football player back in his day. California Legion in Major League Rugby sent the lead out this USA side. It'll be his 18th cap tonight for Jason Dahm and the USA Eagles. Another player getting his first nod as a starter is Brandon Harvey, who will go at lock. You see Brandon, their free back in the line there.
Yeah, he's been really consistent over the last 2 games that he's come in for Scott Lawrence. Has just won the line out very, very consistently, has made his tackles, has gotten his dents. His speed of support has been fantastic. And I'm really looking to see what he can do from a defensive breakdown disruption standpoint. It's what he did for Chicago really well this year in the MLR.
Yeah, one of 6 Chicago Hounds, if you're familiar with Major League Rugby here in the United States, on this USA side here tonight. On the other side for Spain, in their last 3, they're 2 wins and 1 draw. They had won just 2 of their previous 7 before this stretch. They were 2-5. It's their longest run since winning 6 straight between November 2021 and March of 2022. The U.S., they won their last 3. They won 4 in a row a couple of years ago, and as you said, partner, big opportunity. It would be a pretty big statement for the Eagles if they can finish atop the pool halfway through the Nations Cup.
Absolutely, that momentum building towards what we know is coming next October in Australia, like that is what you need from a belief and confidence standpoint as you're leading towards that competition.
So here come the 2 countries out, USA in the white, of course, and there's Spain in their traditional colors. The red, the yellow, the gold numerals, the blue shorts making up their kits here tonight. We dove in earlier in the week, and I was a little bit surprised that Spain and the U.S. had not played more, but Spain went through a major rebirth in their rugby program.
Yeah, they definitely took COVID as an advantage point. They kind of brought everyone in, reevaluated things, repurposed things, repathed things, and they've really, over the 7s and the 15s, have really been on an upward trajectory since that moment.
Yeah, they sure have. Both countries on the pitch, a pristine pitch. It is the home of the College Cup. It has been the last 3 of the last 5 years for the College Cup for men's and women's soccer. Time now for the national anthems. Up first is Spain.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, would you please rise and remove your ball caps for the singing for the anthems of Spain and the USA. Singing the national anthem of the United States, Ola Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, doubles bursting in air, gave proof through the
Those national anthems get you every time, no matter what your home country is. Always a special moment in the sport of international rugby. And there's the man you talked about a couple of minutes ago, partner. That is Tani Bai, 32 caps entering the Nations Cup. He is a dangerous man. They need to be aware to the Eagles of where he is at all times tonight.
Absolutely. He's going to be sneaky. He's going to snipe around, but he's also going to be a vocal leader for them. Going to be a critical part of this game for Spain.
Spain is coached the state of Michigan. There's
for that moment.
yeah. In from the reserves if needed. Mark O'Keefe also in at the getting a run here tonight. Two both suffered injuries, so now getting a go here in the start is Mark. His 17th. Is our TMO, and Spain kicks it away to the United States. And the take right away looked like that ball went right into the hands, and it did, of Corey Daniel at 6 tonight. Patty Ryan back in at 7. And more average per match, so we're going to see these guys putting it up in the air a lot tonight here. Second one from Ruben de Haas. There's the ball, and coming down there, you mentioned him there, and some contact. The ball is knocked on though by Spain, and there's Perry Mayo a little slow to get up.
Yeah, collision in the air. Both are feeling it.
Time off for his players in the air again, treated.
But that's that commitment to the ball in the air. It's what it's going to take, scrapping and clawing and fighting for every little moment. Perry Mayo won that first battle off that first box. You can hear both of them going up at that high point. Wessel Bell got his paws on it first, but couldn't quite hold on to it. So the U.S. has gained. Knowing that you're going to potentially fall on your back, that you're going to hurt yourself in those moments, and knowing that if you can do your things right, the benefit it gives to your squad.
It's a fine art. It is a fine art, spoken from one of the greats of doing it. Zach Test here, Ben Holden with you. Great to have you with us here on the broadcast tonight, wherever you're watching. First scrum of the match for the United States. Spain with a victory there.
Yeah, Spain did well there. U.S. got that initial push from the U.S., was able to counter it and take that pressure and move it sideways. And those two front rows collapsed. Breakspear felt like it was an even contest. No one was giving or doing anything penalty-wise. So just a nice reset here. We're going to see two great front rows in this competition go head-to-head right now.
United States will call on Ascaro at loose head. Pifoletti is their hooker. Kofe is the tight head prop. The Barrow, the loose head. Garcia, the hooker for Spain, and Pierlet, the tight head for the Spaniards.
Use it! Take it away!
Here's de Haas from it. Gets it back, does Ruben de Haas. Now Hilson back for Mitch Wilson. There's the kick from Wilson. Down on the turf, and it's a good kick, forcing Spain all the way back up against their own try line. Wilson hustling down there. Wilson getting in there quickly, and getting in there and making the tackle on Ming.
They flow around the corner with a forward pod. This time they use Bisag as a manipulative runner, pulled out the back to the Haas, play more to the outside channel, which manipulates Spanish's back three, opens up that kicking room for Mitch Wilson. Great territorial pressure gain from their kicking game there, and now gives them an opportunity inside Spanish's half to get their maul and line out working.
Dom Bisag, 21 years old, and his 21st cap tonight. Product of Northern California, played his college rugby at St. Mary's. An outstanding factory of players have come and continue to come out of there. Here's KP Pifoletti. He plays over in France, well experienced. Missed last week. Hilson Beck now takes a look. Back for Wilson. Here's Mitch Wilson. Mayo's got the hand up outside and just off the left hand of the dangerous Perry Mayo. A little bit too much mustard on that one. He could not reel it in.
U.S. going again with a wider option, looking to manipulate Spanish's midfield defenders, to put it into Mitch Wilson and Perry Mayo's hands. Two dynamic outside backs for the U.S. Mitch Wilson was a little bit in two minds whether he wanted to carry or wanted to give it early to Mayo. Find yourself in two minds. That's turnover. Can breathe a sigh of relief and get their set piece going, which we know through this competition they heavily rely on.
Ball in the hands of Bai. Front rows to get locked up here. 4.5 minutes into this match. Spain trying to finish the first half here. The Nations Cup 2-1. U.S. trying to run the table and go 3-0.
Bind. Load. Set.
First opportunity in the scrum for Spain. Out they come to the edge.
Backwards play on.
Mishandled, but it went backwards. Wessel Bell. Now Bai to it. Short with it there into the hands of the lock. Ari Theta started the tournament with 9 caps in his young career for Spain.
No, leave it.
Suarez down to the floor.
Player first above the ball, and then you've played it with your hands. You formed the ruck.
There you hear the verdict there from Ben Breakspear out of Wales, our referee tonight.
4 makes contact with 5 over the ball, forms a ruck, and then plays it with his hands.
Those little moments of discipline are going to be huge for the U.S. Something they got wrong last week against Zimbabwe. They gave away these little cheap ticky-tack penalties that allowed Zimbabwe to build their way down the field and eventually score points and put them under pressure. The discipline of the U.S. has to be on point defensively, of not allowing free territory and pressure upon them through those moments.
Yeah, last week in that match, a 12-0 lead for the United States, then Zimbabwe scored. Part of their game here tonight. Here's Garcia with a throw, his first in the lineup. Into the hands of Bai. Tani Bai. Short little ball there for Ari Theta. Good carry there from the 10. That's Gonzalo Lopez. 20 caps in his international career for Spain. Trying to put the pressure on down there. They send one down. U.S. will have it about 7 or 8 meters from their own line. Mark O'Keefe making his run out here in 26. Made his debut last season for the USA side.
Just a beautifully little clever kick from there from Bai. Just understanding that the shape had kind of gotten lost, that there was potentially space to put U.S. under more pressure, and a great little top spinner that rolls out.
Knocked away. Good job getting up there by Spain. That was Pinheiro. He tapped that back with his right hand. Now Spain in primetime position. Here's their young captain, very young, early 20s, is Alvaro Garcia. 20 caps in his international career. We did this match last year, 53 weeks ago. He was their captain then. Tells you all you need to know about what they think about his leadership and the way he gets this Spanish side around the park when he's called upon as their hooker. From the base, picked about 4 meters from the line now is Spain. U.S. trying to hold up here. One thing they really want to hang their hat on is the physicality aspect of this sport. Did not release in time, says Breakspear. That's a big win for the U.S. on cue.
It's great to have Paddy Ryan back. That's what he is known for. Good, calm, and composed defense from the U.S. Just sticking their boots in the ground, not giving them any in. It showed the referee that he was trying to attempt to lift the ball that man was holding on.
In tackles this past season, was a first-team selection in Major League.
Great to see him back from that injury.
Here's Piffaletti now into Nathan Den Hoot. Did a lot of damage in the state we're playing in tonight, North Carolina. He was backwards. It's picked up off the floor by Julian Roberts. First start for him, his first touch. Tani Bai.
Release USA!
Kofe in there helping out on that stop.
Step back 4. Use it.
Bai will do just that into the North Carolina night. Hilson back there. Good job to make sure he got both hands on that with some pressure applied there. Coming in there to put a little pressure on was Mingian.
Yes, it is out.
Ball was there and free for either side to get. The U.S. feeling a little bit of heat now. Here's Bisag. Dom Bisag still going. Puts that ball into the hands of Ruben DeHaas. Hops around one. Fires a pass there right into the hands of Paddy Ryan. U.S. now up in the tempo. DeHaas, good ball outside. Mayo, Perry Mayo, who has done a tremendous job of making defenders miss, among the best so far in the Nations Cup. Jack Ascaro, now Den Hoot, now Harvey, outside edge, Wilson out there. He gets around one and bounces off a second. And Mitch Wilson sticks with it and gets home and touches one down for the first points in the match.
Talk about a collective team try there. Everybody touched the ball. Everyone had a moment of impact. Fantastic work from the U.S. being calm and composed. Found a little bit of chaos, but found a moment. Ball getting kicked around at the end of the breakdown. But Dom Bisag, 21st cap, 21 years old, shows why he's in the squad. Ruben DeHaas, all of his experience. And then some great variety just out the backhands. And this is why Mitch Wilson's wearing the 15 shirt, why he's done so well in the MLR, just making people miss and putting down the first 5 points of this game. Fantastic score for the USA. Spain did all they could to try and cover that left corner, but Mitch Wilson put them in the spin cycle.
Chris Hilson back, who had a perfect week against Portugal. Missed a couple of kicks last week. Luke Carty came on to replace. Carty nailed 3 penalty goals in the final 15 minutes or so of half number 2, and Hilson right back into the form he had against Portugal. There is Mitch Wilson, his 21st cap, Eagle 555 for the U.S., and a player that always plays with a lot of heart and desire.
Yes, he does. Puts his heart on his sleeve, passionate. Maybe not the most vocal guy, but you can see his work rate every time he's on the field. But that try originated from the U.S. winning the aerial contest. They won 3 of 4, put Spain under a lot of pressure, and gave themselves a moment to put points on the board.
7-0, the United States here in the 13th minute. The try coming in the 11th.
Use it!
Ruben DeHaas there, his 47th international test cap, his 50th appearance as a part of a U.S.
Good contest, play on.
national
no foul play.
team.
Step back, man.
Most cap player the U.S. has. Scott Lawrence, we asked him the other day about DeHaas and his play and his development through the years. Debuted shortly after he graduated high school. Here's Spain, though, back to it into the open pitch, and here they go, and there is that man, Tani Bai, his fourth try in not even 3 full matches to lead the competition, and Spain punches right back.
Yeah, experienced expert nines. They always find their way of finding that
Bring me the
support
ball
lane.
front, Ed, right? Bring me the electrolytes on the water.
But
at
just
the same time,
confusion
right?
on who's marking this. Just didn't get his feet in there to make that tackle. What an incredible line.
10, your mark is on me, mate, okay? 10.
An incredible angle of support from Tani Bai.
And your
Thian,
shot
just an
clock is on the screen,
incredible
okay?
angle there, just off his left foot, beating Corey Daniel to that seam. And you can see the speed and pace that he has to put Tani Bai away to almost level this game.
Well, Tani Bai been saying goodbye to pretty much everyone he's faced so far. He's had a remarkable start to this competition with 4 tries in 2 full matches and nearly 14 minutes of a third match, and the conversion is completed by Gonzalo Lopez. Another look back here, Zach.
Yeah, just got himself skinny, only gave him 1 leg to do, and then you can just see the little dummy there getting Mitch Wilson to run past to open up that lane for Tani Bai. And Tani Bai just always finds his way to dot down another 5 for his nation.
He sure does. Calm, composed, and very focused, and it's a beautiful response of your Spain. It's exactly what you want to see in that moment, in that situation, after the U.S. just scored.
Absolutely, the U.S. took 2 aerial contests, built their way down the field, scored a try, and that's what'll make the coach happy, is the response to adversity, getting back to their game and doing the things that he knows that they can do.
Here's the kick now by the United States. Spain under it. Clean take there into touch, though. The tackle is made by the United
Not live,
States.
now it's being touched.
Bisag again, Dom Bisag, a product of coming through the system, Zach, and you know how important that is for USA Rugby.
Yeah, he's definitely a pathway product. And he's just shown his impact really early in this first 15 minutes. Made a line break, and now has made an incredible man-on-ball tackle into touch that gives his forward pack an opportunity to do what they want to do from a set-piece point of view.
Hooker, go to center.
Now right on the 22. The U.S. scores 90% of their tries coming from this 22 and in, so they are lethal once they get to this area.
Huge part of their game and a huge part of their success. Nicely done, Denhout, down to DeHaas. Into that 22, the equivalent of the red zone in football, if you're familiar with that sport, and I'm sure many around the world are. That's really what it breaks down to. Hilson back. Here's Wilson. Good step from Mitch Wilson, trying to get it outside to Mayo. And Wilson playing with some serious energy tonight. Could not complete that pass, though.
It's great to see the dynamic variety from the U.S. Usually they would have gone maul, try and push it there. Now they're going out the back. They're putting the ball in the outside channel, giving that man, Mitch Wilson, an opportunity to make people miss. And we know when Perry Mayo gets the ball in a short amount of space, he can be lethal, which is what he's done so well in the Pro D2 in France.
He has, and he came into the match, did Mayo. He had evaded 8 of the 11 tackle attempts on him in 2 matches. 73% of the time. That's a pretty good number.
It's a great number. I mean, that's what you want as a backs coach and as a head coach, a guy out there that you know in a one-on-one situation he's going to win.
The highest number amongst the 92 players in the comp coming into the weekend that had faced 10 or more would-be tacklers, and Mayo has been dishing it out in that department. Here we go now. United States with a scrum upcoming here.
Set! Use it!
Jason Dom will use it. Good carry, big collision there from Dom. He delivered the shot. U.S. trying to get the lead back here. They had it in the 11th minute.
Ball available, push back, Spain.
Try from Mitch Wilson, conversion, Hilson back to Haas now. On to Pipoletti. KP Pipoletti trying to find that try line. Picked up to Haas, short ball, there it is to the right. Ruben DeHaas, a timely play there, and coming in and crashing through. The United States gets a second try here in the 18th minute. They lead it by 5.
It all starts with Pipoletti. He's been doing this ever since 5 for the U.S. Another good response after a moment of adversity.
And you talked about when we came on the air,
back row. Can they hold the defensive line? Can they dent the opposition?
you know, these young players the United States have are so critical. They are World Cup qualified, of course, but these guys, the more caps they can continue to get and the more experience they can get, they talk about performance, but let's be honest, at the end of the day, winning is very important too.
Yeah, winning is fun, and it's really good for experience to go through all these little moments as a squad as they're heading towards Australia, even the good ones and the bad ones.
Ryan was our try scorer.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Yeah, but I want to speak with him. Time off. 1. And cap. Sorry, let's go. Number 2. At 12. And captain. I appreciate there's going to be a lot of emotion in test match rugby, but let's take it out in the game within the values. When the whistle goes, you don't need players running to push each other. I don't want to escalate. This stops now, please, okay? Happy? Thank you. Restart with the score.
The beautiful part of this sport, the communication, the respect, it has to be played with.
Yeah, I understand that. You just got to scrum here, because it's lost forward in the Spanish player's head and goes forward. But then we just got to scrum. We don't need the afters after. I haven't seen much started it, but we don't need to address it like that, okay? Let's go.
Fantastic communication from all players, whether it's from emotion, from a technical standpoint, the communication, the back and forth with the referee just allows the game to be fluid, allows everyone to feel like they're a part and can impact the game the way they need to.
I don't think there's another sport in the world that has the respect that this sport is played with. I really don't.
I don't think so. I think you're with, that's 100%. That's the values of rugby. That's the values of rugby, and that's what makes this sport so great.
So 21 points here, 19 into this match, into the 20th minute, put in here from Bai. Spain looking to come back and get a counter to that try, but they don't. The U.S. wins the battle in the scrum there.
Yeah, the biggest battle that you'll see on a rugby field is between two front rows that are literally in the trenches against each other, trying to push each other literally over the invisible line that is the scrum to win a penalty. And you can see how much the U.S. needed and loved the fact that they just won that. I mean, in that front row, there are 5 men who play in the top league in France. So that is a experienced, technically sound front row from both sides.
Yep, Jack Ascaro, you saw him there. Big Red, the loose head prop for the U.S. He's one of them. What a progression he's made in this sport. Washington, D.C. area, then to Cal for some championships. Old Glory D.C. in Major League Rugby, and now, as Zach said, one of those 5 that is in the top 14 in France. We've hit the first hydration break here in the match. The United States on top on tries by Wilson and Ryan. Bai for Spain. It's 14-7 so far in this one.
For me, you're just slugging your bun. He's trying to go over you, and he's just a long bun. You can't get his jersey. I don't see him stopping you get that. Sorry, Dan, just players holding each other in the melee there. Yeah, nothing to.
So we are at the first hydration break here. United States and Spain, and there's Corey Daniel. There's a rugby player for you, black eye and all. U.S. with 2 tries. Ben Holden, Zach Test, as we look back here at the Key Moving Pictures partner.
Yeah, the U.S. found a little bit of chaos, found the ability to break them, and then it was an out the back and just simple hands. Mitch Wilson getting out of one, beating another to put the first 5 points on the board for the U.S., showing that they've got a little bit more variety than the ground and pound that they've showed in the last 2 games, that they can play in the outside channels. They can shift the ball to their dynamic outside backs like Mitch Wilson and seize those moments of opportunity. But here, this is where, bang, splitting the seam. And then just the dummy and the acceleration and the teamwork and the support. A fantastic response by the Spanish through Tani Bai with his 4th try in 3 matches. And then KP Pifeleti, man, he just 4 defenders he's taken out right there, opening up seams for DeHaas and Paddy Ryan to slide through for another 5 points for the U.S. It's been a fantastic first 20 minutes. We've seen variety, we've seen kicking, we've seen set-piece dominance, we've seen emotion. This first 20 minutes has given us everything that you would want in test match rugby.
Listening to you take us through that, loved it, by the way. And Scott Lawrence, I'm looking at the notes, he said getting past Spain, the biggest things he felt, sticking to our identity and creating some ball speed against them. And I think we've seen that so far, haven't we?
Definitely. You can only play in the outside channels if you have fast ball speed, and that's what they've done so far.
So we're in the 21st minute. Ben Holden, Zach Test here with you on the broadcast here tonight. Hope you're enjoying it so far from Cary, North Carolina. First Horizon Stadium. They play the College Cup there in the soccer championships in the NCAA ranks. North Carolina Courage and the NWSL also play in this park, and the North Carolina FC outfit in the USL play there as well. You played in there. How many times you play in there?
We played in there once. We qualified for the Olympics there in 2015 to go to the 2016 Olympics. A great venue, a great spot to be. We just got to see Juice for the first time.
Juice.
Go up there, not known for his aerial skill, but disrupted the ball at the top and forced the Spanish man to knock that ball on. And that's what Scott Lawrence is looking for, is have the territory kicking game and put them under pressure. And these little moments for scrums allow now either another penalty to get it down to the 22 or their dynamic backs to figure out a way to manipulate and get them on the front foot.
Bind.
US has won 2 scrums so far.
Set. Okay, 9, use that, please.
DeHaas to it. Short side of the pitch, Hilsenbeck. Pro teammate with Chicago, that was Mark O'Keefe, and
Tackle is complete, the ball carrier must release.
ball did not come out. They felt he was down.
The ball carrier
O'Keefe
must
did not
release.
release in the amount of time, which is about a second. Spain gets it.
I mean, those are one of those moments where it's then to the perspective of the referee. We could say one side or the other that he wasn't held. The other side says he could be held. It's down to that man and what he felt in that moment, and therefore he clearly communicated it, and it was a pen against Mark O'Keefe.
Is it fair to say it's basically a 1,001 count? Is that what it is, ultimately?
I mean, it all depends on the situation. If he's got a hand on you and you can release the ball and get back to your feet, you can cause a penalty on the other side. It's just those moments of feeling where he is, better shot than not, release the ball and get back to your feet in those instances.
So here's the line out. You see some of the key numbers off our scoreboard cycling through. Spain has missed 11 tackles so far in the match. And there were a couple on that first try. The U.S. scored. They go backwards here. The veteran Wessel Bell back there getting to it. Now Bai getting in there at the base. They're 9.
50, use it.
He's got their try. It came back in the 13th minute, 4th of the Nations Cup. First year of this Nations Cup. It'll go every other year. Build up with all these countries World Cup qualified, and Mitch Wilson and Chris Hilsenbeck there with a couple of heavy plays
Step
there.
back, 6, step back.
Now Pifeleti.
Onside 7, step back. 7, step back, use it.
DeHaas to it, and he'll send it skyward here. Again, the United States, the most kicks in play of the 12 countries in the
Welcome by
Nations
USA
Cup, and a
play on
collision
both
right there at
backwards.
halfway. The U.S. gets their hands on it. Jack Ascaro, 10 meters from halfway of the pitch, down he goes. Now back for Hilsenbeck. There's a kicking game. Spain under it, and they mishandle it off of Wessel Bell back there. Came off his shoulder. Oh, Hilsenbeck, he'll send one skyward. Hilsenbeck.
Advantage over.
You hear Ben Breakspear, our referee out of Wales, wireless on him throughout the match, and this one sideways inside of the 22 by Spain. The U.S. in pretty good position to restart here.
DeHaas and Hilsenbeck are putting Wessel Bell under immense amount of pressure with their high balls. He can feel defenders coming down. He knows he's got a high point at its highest point, so therefore he can feel like he can catch it, but just that feeling of feet, that hearing of feet, feeling of what's going to come, made him lose that focus. And the U.S. have won the aerial battle, won the territory battle, and now put them in a position to seize more moments like they did in those first 20.
I like to give out shout outs to coaches, David Williams, Steve Brett. They're the guys working on the U.S. with that. It's like they put in some extra work so far this week. Another carry from Roberts. It's going to be turned over here. Spain will get possession.
Yeah, just a little low on the inside from Bisag. Just threw it a little bit low on his left hip. Couldn't quite feel like he could get his hand on it with a defender coming. But that's just that chemistry of a new 12 and 13 that they'll work through for the rest of the game.
Do we need time here, lads, or can we just do it quickly?
Nathan Den Hoot
Yeah, okay, no, time off
scored
quickly.
last week, his
water,
first
man.
international
Water stays
try.
off, please.
An old rugby term, put a little tape on it. The man they call Moose, and as you said so nicely last week, the Moose got loose getting that
No,
try
no,
for the
it's a quick
U.S.,
stoppage for the start,
showing the
guys.
depth and
He's
balance that
mad
they
at-
have here in 2026.
Yeah, that was a great maul. They kind of did a shift drive that put the ball in that man's hands, and he just squeezed out of that left side of the maul from about 10 meters away. And those long, lanky legs got over the whitewash for his first try in a U.S. Eagle jersey.
Playing in the United States for 6 years now in Major League Rugby, and he was a part of that Chicago Hounds side as well. Coached by Chris Latham, Australian Wallaby legend in his own right.
Crouch!
What a group they had. Scrum here now coming up.
Set!
U.S. driving.
Just sideways. The ball gets stuck in the tunnel and we just go sideways. Can you just hold the brake for a little bit longer for me as well, okay?
What a fantastic battle we're seeing right here of two great packs going at it.
Yeah, but
The last two scrums were so solid.
Over the cliff. So if you can hold that brake foot and stability for me.
They
and
just
make
held
music
there
the rest of
and
that, okay?
forced the Nines to play it out. Here you can see the pressure is really starting to get, and when the pressure comes, it's either going to go sideways, it's going to go
make
up,
sure
or
it
it's going to
stays
go
straight, go
backwards.
down, okay?
And these
Go again,
big
quick
men are
reset.
having so much force that's forcing them to
Straight,
go
he
up.
just misses the hook,
Hence
that's
why
all
we've
we
got
got.
a reset scrum, as no penalty was awarded there. They call it the dark arts, Benny.
Yes,
Not
sir.
a good place to be, but when they get it right, boy, is it impactful for your squad.
Oh, and it's a beautiful thing, too, to watch as we'll watch and listen here. The put in from Bai.
Yeah, Jackie Scarrow there,
Yep.
you can see him on screen. That left elbow went down and in. He collapsed his side. He went down first.
Hit them down and clap
The
them.
AR on this near side called it in. And that's just that pressure from both sides.
Pretty hefty kick right there from Spain. That's really well placed. And Corey Daniel and the Eagles trotting back. Tani Bai. Communication there with the sideline, the bench there of Spain.
Yeah,
Got their
if you
try
hit
tonight,
flat,
4
set
in the
it down.
Nations
If you're
Cup for
gonna
him.
keep that head, yeah.
Yeah, Spain's only had 77% line-out success, and this is where Dahout and Dom and Harvey can really disrupt this Spanish line-out.
Spain has already made a change. You saw 23 there. Jaime Monteca
Go backwards,
has
Trey.
really made a living on the 7
USA
series,
steals the line out.
the HSBC 7 series.
Use it.
A guy you've seen many times in your coaching tenure with the Eagles. He can do some damage. Crossing him over, getting him involved is Spain here in this Nations Cup. Trevithick's another player back there and trying to come up with that. And Mayo in there against the aforementioned Monteca. And Mayo slow to
We
get
can't
up.
play on because the medic's in the area, okay?
It's going to be a game of an aerial
Medic
battle.
takes him out from the air, okay?
Like we spoke about, you've got to get your timing right. Mayo didn't get his timing right there. Manteca was all over it. He owned the spot. Good little
Okay.
shuffle to get up in the air. Mayo's late to the contest.
Okay, Dan, so on the field, we have
Takes
a
him
card
out.
with a white 11 for contact in the air. So we're looking at this for potential high degree of danger, yes?
So that's what the referee's going to look at here, of how mistimed was this jump. Did it cause a high degree of danger? And if it does, it starts to meet the yellow card threshold. If not, it'll just be a simple penalty back to Spain.
TMO tonight is Dan Jones, as in the middle, Breakspear and Kaluzniak on the left, the AR and Rozier on the right, all watch in the stadium. Initial reaction, what's your feeling?
Well, Manteca didn't really get hurt there. It was more Mayo took the brunt of it. But again, it's around this mistiming from Mayo. Is he a genuine place to compete for the ball in the air? I don't think so. I think he's going to see this as kind of a little bit reckless, that he wasn't in a position, and potentially this could result in a yellow card against Perry Mayo.
Time is off here in the 28th minute. The United States on top 14-7. Our first TMO review in the match. Again, Dan Jones handling that for us tonight. Here's a better angle.
You can see just Perry Mayo just late to jump. It's like a half second too late to jump, and Manteca's over the top winning that space. You can just see he just takes him out from the legs underneath is probably what
It's definitely foul play, but you've got penalty.
Breakspear is going to think about here as he makes his ruling.
Yeah, from that angle he does. He falls forward and lands on his front, doesn't he? So we've got foul play that meets the yellow card threshold, so it's going to go for an off-field review, would we agree? Because he jumps from distance into the contest, doesn't he, which makes it dangerous. Daniel, would you agree with that? Thanks. 11, yellow card, off-field review.
So Perry Mayo heading to the bin here in the 28 for 10 minutes as they felt that it was worthy, and you saw the crossed arms there. That signals that this is now in the foul play review officer's hand. They call it the bunker. It could be a red card, but now a yellow against Mayo.
Yeah, I don't see it becoming a red card. It wasn't that dangerous.
Yep.
Because he did attempt to jump into it. But like we spoke about pregame, discipline is going to be huge for the U.S. It's what hurt them last week against Zimbabwe. A couple yellow cards that definitely flipped the script, and we'll see what comes out of this. As Mayo is now sitting in the sin bin, and Spain has now punched the ball down inside the U.S. 22. Again, if the U.S. can disrupt this line out, they can relieve some pressure.
Last time Spain was down there, the United States came up with a victory, got a penalty call to go their way. Now, though, up against it even more. As Zach mentioned, Mayo in the bin for that yellow for 10. Here comes Spain now. 1-1 so far in the Nations Cup. Beaten in their last 3.
Onside.
Back again now, Lopez, Wessel Bell, little touch pass there, nicely done. Played that ball into the hands of Jimeno up in the air.
Is it a no arms tackle by 10 white?
Comes down, and we got
over. I think it's a potential no arms tackle.
the voice of Breakspear saying, I think it's a potential no-arm tackle. We play on. That's going to be decided by Jones, our TMO. Lopez. It is called. Advantage here for Spain now.
Yeah, agree. Contest on the chest.
Garcia, the carry, their hooker, their captain. Now the 12, Jimeno,
No advantage,
most experienced player on Spain's side.
Wait.
He's trying to say goodbye again, but Breakspear will put the brakes on that and bring him back.
Oh, Jimeno had his teammate.
I gotta give it to you first.
5 points for Spain, easy in that right-hand corner, but it comes back to advantage. Now the U.S. is feeling the pressure, and Spain is feeling the momentum swinging to their side. You can hear the energy and the belief in them.
Corey Daniel there getting attention. You can.
Okay, send this
So we are going to get a.
Just getting mangled in the chaos. A little bit of his own power.
There's the change, the replacement, but also wearing 20 here in for Corey Daniel.
Yeah, it's a good replacement. Ben Benasso's a high-energy back rower. U.S. tried to sack that initial maul.
Thank you.
Spain cleverly went to the shift drive. Was able to get that penalty to reassess what their options are and what they want to do.
I thought there was only all players in contact, and then one collapses it. That's why I penalized him.
They went with that shift drive and looked like they were in for all rights, but no one took care of the ball and it spilled out. We reset.
Here's Garcia, one of those 5 front rowers you mentioned, plays over in France in that top league. A young, talented,
broken away,
high-end player. United States trying to hang on, trying to get a turnover. Down here another 6 minutes and 35 seconds in the yellow against Perry Mayo. That card came back in the 28th minute.
Tackler's going to roll first. Step back, White. 3 step back.
U.S. set 4 right there. Bonasso gets down low.
1 step back. Step back. Advantage, 1 offside.
Advantage, offside called on Ascaro. Spain, can they get it down? Breakspear in there. No signal yet. U.S. can't get him, and they get home. And there's the replacement. Jaime Manteca comes in and gets the try. And Spain now a kick away from matching the United States with 14 in the match.
One thing about Sevens players, we always know where to look and find for space, and that man did an incredible job there. He came from all the way from the middle of the field. He was set up behind the 10 and the 12 to try and do an out the back. Saw the blind side getting open, and his speed and fitness allowed him to come all the way across. You could hear Breakspear talking to the U.S., trying to get them back. Ball just comes a little bit short, and here comes 23, and Ben Bonasso just late to see him. Doesn't get his feet set, and a great score from Manteca, and great vision from Tani Bai to potentially level this game.
Manteca came on in the opening match of this tournament, that 42-42 draw. He started last week. Coming along in this one well off the mark, so the U.S. will hang on to a 2-point lead. And he's a dangerous man. He's been dangerous for years in sevens, showing his dangerous ability here in 15s tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Just off that right foot, and a great score. We saw his prowess in the air, how much he can impact him there, how much the boys are loving his inclusion in this squad. The U.S. is feeling the pressure now. Spain is on the front foot. They're feeling their belief. They know that the U.S. is going to kick it long. So now here comes their variety, their attacking shape that we'll start to see in these final closing minutes before Mayo comes back from that yellow card.
Yep, and in all of that, you may have heard Ben Breakspear say that that will be a yellow only, as you see there to Mayo. You said that would be the case. Agree with you, and that's what it was. That's a good thing for the United States. They need to get possession of the ball back here, leading by 2 here in the 34th minute.
Tani Bai arguing with the AR, thinking he got a little bit more. We've seen Ruben de Haas doing that as well. Kickers are always trying to get those little extra meters, little extra territory. Mitch Wilson's done a great job so far tonight, winning the aerial battle, controlling the outside channels. U.S. line-out hasn't been the 100% that we're used to seeing.
I've given you a good gap. Stay on center, please.
Harvey and Dom, see what options they choose.
6 calls, Spain. Drop 1, please, Spain.
4 of
Spain,
5
drop 1,
tonight
please.
so far in the line-out.
Lads, they've set with 6. Please react to that. I need one of you to leave the line now, please. Is this guy coming in?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's okay. So what we need to do now then, because it's twice I've mistaken this. If this guy has joined the line out, he has to set early with you, please. Yes, otherwise, we're going to go with 6.
Yes,
exactly, yeah? Thank you.
Okay, thanks, sir.
U.S. trying to do a little bit of deception there, bringing DeHoot in late, trying to win the numbers battle.
Go from Piffoletti. There's Bonasso up to get it, as Zach said. Piffoletti at the back now.
Hands up, lads. 1 stop.
Under his left arm.
Advantage, claps at the back.
For de Haas.
I didn't get a number, Robin.
Bisag, he's immediately greeted by Gonzalo Lopez. De Haas has it. Inside to Piffoletti. Carry there from him. De Haas. Ryan, nowhere to go.
Push back now.
Bonasso, big shot delivered there. It was Vela getting in there, delivering that shot for Spain.
You have it, yes. Yeah. Okay, no advantage from the claps, boys. Number 4, claps.
Okay, you could hear the referee, as that ball kind of got stalled, he was talking to the Spanish players saying, get your hands off the floor. And usually what happens when you have your hands on the floor as a forward, you tend to then lean in and potentially collapse that ball, and that's what happened there. Breakspear awarding the penalty to the U.S., and this is a great result for the U.S. They're down a man, but they're controlling the possession, they're controlling the territory. Now Hilsenbeck can kick it long, down inside the 22, probably put it back into a ball and try and take as many minutes off this yellow card as they can to get Mayo back onto the field and potentially put more points on, as we know what they like when they get into this half, this portion of the field.
Just over a couple of minutes remaining in that yellow to Mayo. Would be a huge victory if they could get home here. Zach said down a man. There's the throw in and into the hands of Harvey. Brandon Harvey. His 4th career cap, his first start with the USA Eagles.
Same more.
Piffoletti.
Advantage trap, silver boot for yellow tape.
DeHaas, Bisag now, charging ahead. DeHaas for O'Keefe. O'Keefe down to the floor. DeHaas looking, now turning. He pins that right into the hands of Jason Dahm, the U.S. captain. Tight head prop, Kofe.
Time off. Captain.
So Breakspear wants to talk with the Spanish captain there, and that is
The discipline has
Alvaro
really been
Garcia.
good in this game. Across the field, it's been standard we like to maintain. But when we get into this area, we have 2 mole collapses. Yes, but it's 2 in very quick succession, and we're still in this area.
But we have the last one.
It's
on the ball with the hand on the floor.
It's
making.
let me
I
speak.
know.
I appreciate where you're coming from, but that's 2 mole penalties in quick succession. If you have another mole penalty in this area, someone leaves the field, okay?
There you have it. Direct, honest, direct, and right to the point.
7 claps.
That's one thing referees are always clear in their communication, letting them know exactly what the expectation requirements are. And that words is, if it happens again, someone's leaving the field.
Yeah.
So the U.S. will be hearing that, and they'll probably try and put Spain in that situation.
Thank you. To your front man, lads.
Because when you're having to think around something else, you probably don't apply the same amount of pressure that you would, given the U.S. advantage if they so choose to do it again.
Inside of a minute remaining in the yellow card to Perry Mayo. 3 minutes and a half. U.S. down a man, up by 2, looking to extend it.
Run it over.
They get a try. It's a minimum of 7. They convert, obviously goes to 9.
7 out now. Same more, same more.
Still going, Piffoletti.
One side.
JP Piffoletti, they finally wrestle him down. Ryan's available there. Bonasso played it to him. Ryan to try score back in the 18th minute for the United States. Den Hoot.
Advantage, set up offside, hands in front.
Offside on Spain. Advantage here for the United States. Dahm turns, takes a shot. Scarro there, does not get the ball.
Hands up, 6.
Den Hoot. Kofe now to Haas. Ruben to Haas looking to set somebody up. Wilson, he's got a man. There he is, Julian Roberts. The juice indeed supplied tonight in his first start in an international match. He gets home and the U.S. leads by 7.
Just phenomenal shape from the U.S. there. It started at the maul, just nice, cool, calm, and composed. And then this little shift change from Kofe to DeHaas to Hilsenbeck, just preserving the outside space. And we know Juice can do a lot with ball in hand, but that's probably one of the easiest tries he'll get. 5 meters out, just a nice dive in. And you can see how much DeHaas loves it for his teammate. Great square there by Mitch Wilson, just preserving that outside space, letting the easy work for his teammate.
No, they've had a
Fantastic work by the U.S. Down a man, but calm and composed, doing their way, like Scott Lawrence said, putting another 5 on the board.
So Roberts, a product of the great state of Hawaii, he was born there. Went to high school in Kentucky. His dad was in the Army and was stationed there. Then went to Life University as Hilsenbeck's kick drifts a little left. It stays a 7-point lead. But Roberts said he found out about a chance to play college rugby when Life University stopped where he was playing in high school. They were on their way to Lindenwood, a pretty good program in this country as well in rugby. That's how he even knew they had it, and he got an opportunity shortly thereafter from Life.
Yeah, well, he's making the most of that opportunity. Played really well as a collegiate athlete, has played really well as an MRL athlete, and now on the big stage, impacting for his squad brilliantly.
7-point lead for the United States here in the final 20 seconds of this first half of play. 3 tries, this competition, of course, bonus points are rewarded. So another try for the Americans. They get at least 1. You mentioned when we came on the air, they need 2 to win or to be atop the pool after the opening 3 matches of the Nations Cup. Certainly be a big step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's definitely an outcome, an objective marker that's going to be in the back of their minds throughout this whole game.
Okay, same for you. If you're involved, start early, please.
And knowing these men, it's all about the process.
Spain will get another opportunity here. Their captain, Alvaro Garcia. High on a throw. You don't see that much from him. He is very dependable.
Step back, 7, step back.
It is hot and humid in Carolina. DeHaas says we'll take the lead into the room. And a 7-point lead for the USA Eagles on top of Spain here as we played one half.
Yeah, solid first 40 minutes of rugby in front of us. We've seen a lot of variety on the attacking side of the ball. We've definitely seen the aerial contest. And we've seen two great front rows battle it out in this first 40 minutes.
So 3 tries from the United States coming courtesy of Wilson, Ryan, and you just saw Roberts a couple of minutes ago. By with his Nations Cup leading 4th try in the 13th for Spain. Jaime Manteca with his try in the 32nd made it 14-12. And that is where we stand here at halftime from Cary, North Carolina at First Horizon Stadium. United States on top of Spain, 19-12. Seven-point lead for the United States here at halftime in North Carolina. Ben Holden, Zach Test, and U.S. with that try late from Roberts to give themselves a 7-point lead. What's front and center for you through 40 minutes?
Well, the U.S. has won the aerial contest, and that's allowed them to build their way down territorially. And what's also great to see from the U.S. is they're opening up their attack. You're seeing a lot of dummy runners, out the back movement, short line runners. They're opening up the playbook, which is really causing chaos of this Spanish defense, and it's really great to see. On the flip side, Spain has done a really good job kind of responding to adversity, right? We know they're a passionate nation. We know they're a good side. They're going toe-to-toe in the front row. Just a couple of moments just haven't gone their way, either execution-wise or vision-wise, but they are definitely in this game, and they are putting...
Stand you.
Lights on. Morning.
Hello.
Black coffee, no sugar.
Enjoy coffee.
Instead of building new ways for machines to talk to people, Chase is building new places for people to talk to people.
Hi, welcome in.
Hi.
With tech that's actually helpful and 5,000 branches in 48 states. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Harbor Freight Tools are working hard in real garages across America, like at Nico's Automotive Shop in Des Plaines, Illinois. He demands affordable tools that don't quit because he never quits. Harbor Freight, built for tool people.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Switch and you can save $750 on the Experience Beyond plan in the first year thanks to our benefits. Guaranteed. You could use those savings to do zip lines and stuff. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
Check your socials because there's big news in the sports world. No, it's not a blockbuster trade or a big-name free agent signing. The DraftKings Sports app is now available nationwide. So if you're anywhere from Florida to Texas to California, you can get in the game at the speed of sports and feel the sweat in all 50 states. The DraftKings experience you know and love, all in one easy-to-use app. Available now nationwide. New DraftKings customers spend $5 and get $200 in total credits. The crown is yours.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active than before? Introducing the EasyWell Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like 1,000 little fingers just vibrating my body from head to toe.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax.
Remedy gets in there and helps deal with the source of the pain, so you feel much better.
The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 infrared heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it.
It's just something that you're gonna have to feel for yourself.
Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
Introducing Stoco, the only apparel with adjustable medical-grade support, engineered with high-strength cables that reinforce the body, designed to help you overcome injuries, minimize pain, and regain the confidence to get back out there. Learn more at Stoco.com.
This is the story of the one who knows half-baked preparation can bring the workday to a standstill. That's why she relies on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
United States here at halftime, on top of Spain by 7. Nations Cup round 3 for both these countries. United States looking to go 3-0 in pool play, trying to close out the first half of the Nations Cup atop of their pool. They will resume matches in November with the 12 countries playing in the Nations Cup. Spain looking to get their second victory in the Nations Cup. And here we go. Look back at the key moving pictures in the first half. And this is with the United States. They drew first blood. Mitch Wilson sticking with it, getting home, getting his first try of the Nations Cup. Hilsenbeck, as Zach mentioned, phase after phase, passes in the perfect spot. Great job by Wilson, using all those fundamental skills he's got, able to get home. And then here comes Spain. Big opportunity for them. That was Thean there with the break. Here he looks and finds the leader in Nations Cup play entering the weekend. Tani Bai, goodbye. His 4th try in the tournament, and then back comes the United States.
Yeah, KP, just a bulldozer. It's what he's so good at. And that just opens up seams for De Haas to manipulate, put Patty Ryan through. You can see how many Spanish defenders he sucked in. You can see almost their whole team in that picture. And that's always going to open up seams for the experience of that. Those great players. And then a man I know so well from the Spanish Sevens, just coming from off the screen, Tani Bai, again, all the experience, seeing him. And Manteca, what a fantastic finish. You can see him all the way in the background there in that gray scrum cap. He sees the space and he accelerates towards it. That's experience, that's vision. When people talk about that in a world-class finish. To get Spain back level in this game, and what variety from the United States. Kofe out the back, preserving space, and Juice is in for 5. This is what the U.S. is capable of, this manipulation. They're not just a kicking team. They can manipulate you and they can score when they feel like it.
First international try for Julian Roberts, the man they call Juice. Numbers, we cycle through those. Page 1, what grabs your eyes the most, partner?
Well, what you can see is it's pretty even territorially, but the U.S. has really won the possession, and that's coming from those aerial contests that they're winning back off of those high balls from Hilsenbeck, off those box kicks from De Haas. That's what allowing them to have the ball in their hand and dictate where this game is going. The interesting part is 6 penalties given away by the U.S. That's the discipline that I was talking about earlier. They've got to make sure that that stays below 10, because if not, we know that Spain is going to throw the kitchen sink at them from the attacking side.
All right, page 2, anything in specific here standing out for you?
The 12 missed tackles from Spain. That's something that they really pride themselves on. Coming into this group, this match, they've been 88% tackle success. That's a great number. But to miss 12 in the first half, that's something that the coach will definitely dig into their boys about and really look to reinforce that defensive wall.
All right, those are the key numbers and key moving pictures from the opening half here as the United States leads Spain, 19-12.
This is what you get with cubic zirconia status.
This is Hill Nana's diamond status.
They upgraded us last week.
When you want an upgrade that actually feels like an upgrade, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Don't sweat the technique.
When kids start making money, Chase has expert bankers and smart tools to help them manage it.
Wow, now that's a first deposit. Let's get your account open.
Chase, make more of what's yours.
I wish we could actually catch up.
Here, now you can. Over this DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza with crispy, airy wood-fired style crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Switch and you can save $750 on the Experience Beyond plan in the first year thanks to our benefits. Guaranteed. You could use those savings to do zip lines and stuff. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
Do you want your vehicle to look showroom new, inside and out? Cerakote, the industry leader in ceramic coatings, makes it easy with our complete car care system. Start every wash with Cerakote's high foam vehicle shampoo. Then clean the interior, coat your tires, paint, plastics, and even restore cloudy headlights and faded trim back to like new. The final result? Unmatched performance and long-lasting protection, guaranteed. With over 80,000 5-star reviews and more #1 bestsellers than any other brand, you can trust Cerakote. Buy now.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
And I got it for 16 bucks on DealDash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
This is the story of the one who knows that being ready for the unexpected comes from having a partner like Grainger, whose professional-grade products and next-day delivery help ensure that he and his team are prepared to rise to every challenge, so he can be confident that he has what he needs when he needs it to help keep patients safe and happy. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For their next mission as well.
Yeah, on the road as a squad, it is grueling. It is a lot of fun, but it is grueling being away from your support network, your family, your friends. But to have that belief in yourself, that's something they're going to talk in that halftime locker room about in the Spanish side is we've got 40 minutes left to close out this tour. Yep. Let's throw the kitchen sink out. Let's get everything that we have into this 40 minutes, and let's go try and upset the U.S. on home turf.
And the U.S. saying, hey, we got a shot to do something we haven't done in a couple years. That's win 4 in a row. 3 in a row in the Nations Cup here. The 4 overall going back to last year in the November test window when they beat Romania to close out the 2025 season. So both countries have plenty to play for. The second half is approaching. It'll start with the United States on top of Spain by 7, 19-12.
They know the opportunity.
Looking for that history, that victory, that moment to make their nations proud.
Blood, sweat and sacrifice. This is the stuff of dreams. And it's a brilliant try in the corner.
Portugal, the Braves.
First blood, Romania. It's on for Manu Samoa. The Georgian Globetrotters. Chile flick the switch.
A little bit of magic.
A moment to savor.
Rip roaring rugby, and this place has erupted. That should do it. That should seal it. Let's get here. Can't fly. This is their DNA. This is their moment.
Tries to steam aside the offload. Brilliant.
But look at the big boy. Go rumble and get you some, son. Just drink in these moments.
World Rugby Nations Cup, Cary, North Carolina tonight, First Horizon Stadium, home of the North Carolina FC Soccer Club in the USL, the NC Courage in the NWSL, and tonight, center stage for international test rugby. The United States and Spain, U.S. in the white kits. There's big tight head prop Tonga Kofe. Spain in opposition tonight in the red and blue kits. And you talked about this man off the top, partner, Tani Bai, and what have you seen from him so far? And if you're Spain, what do you want to see more of from him tonight?
Well, he showed all of his experience and his talent in that first 40 minutes. His kicking game was on point. The U.S. is shutting down his ability to snipe around the breakdown, which allows him to manipulate. So they'll look to have him snipe a little bit more around, play a little bit more free, and allow those men like Manteca on the outside channel to have a little bit more one-on-one opportunities, but he's been fantastic in his first 40 minutes for them.
Yep, Manteca and Bai, the try scorers for Spain. Some of the other numbers, line-out department, the U.S. has won 8, lost 1. 5 victories for Spain in that department, 2 lost. U.S. 60-40 in the possession so far, as you see some of the Americans on the line set to go here as we count down for this kickoff here in half number 2 on a beautiful night in North Carolina.
Spain happy?
Not familiar, on the eastern end of the United States on the Atlantic Ocean outside of Raleigh-Durham tonight in Cary, North Carolina. Second half underway, U.S. up by 7. And Spain, they mishandle it right into the hands of O'Keefe. That's how the match for the United States started last week against Zimbabwe, and eventually they took advantage and got home with a try. Ruben De Haas. Wilson back now to the edge. There's Roberts. Tried to offload that ball, went backwards. It's still loose down on the floor. Spain there.
Boys live.
And I believe the U.S. will keep this. It's the indication, correct?
No, it's clearly backwards by Spain.
Rozier on that touch line, indicating U.S. line out.
Okay, mate,
Not the start Spain had envisioned coming out of the halftime locker room. And that's just a focus issue in that aerial pod. He wasn't under pressure at all. That's just a focus moment, catching the ball.
Yeah, it's all good.
And the U.S. just doing what they do best in this game so far is just moving the ball to the outside channel.
Spain, lads. I've seen it live. It's clearly backwards.
Just a little housekeeping there on that last situation when the ball went into touch.
It's good to see Brandon Harvey. He was down after that kick. He was holding his knee. But good to see him working through that. He's been a critical cog to the U.S. forward pack so far in this match and in previous matches. Good to see him back.
He's a young man that started his rugby playing days in Charlotte, North Carolina, back in his club days. The last couple years, he's been called on more and more. Pipoletti driving this thing. At the back is KP. Now De Haas reaches through, finds Bisag. Bisag takes on the defender. Down inside of the 5. De Haas to it, mishandled. Ryan turned over, and the U.S. lets one get away, and Spain booms this one right down the middle of the park. Mark O'Keefe back there to track it down, and runs into the number 9 there, the scrum half, Tani Bayo. Looks like he's limping a little bit there. And now Bisag will release some of the pressure with a kick down. Taken back there by Spain into the hands of Jimeno. Over 50 caps, very experienced Jack Ascaro. Delivering a dent, as my partner would say there, as Bai. He'll pop one up now. And to send the U.S. back inside of the 22, you can put that hand up, call the mark, as Wilson did there.
Yeah, cleverly by Mitch Wilson, understanding that everyone's a little fatigued after a little bit of that chaos after the turnover. Just smartly allowing his forwards to get back onside before he kicks this into touch. The U.S. was on the prowl. Paddy Ryan just couldn't get his handles on the ball. Turned over to the Spanish side. And then we saw some good transition rugby there. Ultimately leading to this line out for Spain, which hasn't gone necessarily according to plan. They've won the ones they have at the front. Let's see if the U.S. will take that option away and force them into a position they don't want to play, or can Spain tighten up their screws, get those tactics from the halftime chat, put some set-piece strikes. We know they've trained for the last 5 weeks. They've been together on display right now.
And they are bringing in 2 men here, Zach, that have a combined 85 caps coming into this contest. That is Titi Futeu, number 17, and John Zabala, number 18, 43 and 42 caps when this competition began, respectively. So we'll see if those guys can add some spark to that front row for the Spaniards. Bai works it out right there. There's some spark. The shot delivered there by Futeu.
He's taking the ball in the air, play on, he's whipped it in the air.
Up in the air, it was turned over, came out of the hands there of Imaz, and now the U.S., they put some heat on with this kick. Forcing Spain all the way back to their 5. There's nowhere to go, it's knocked down. Hold the phone here.
But then it plays 13 and he's in an offside position and makes himself active, so he then becomes offside.
Penalty against Team USA after
he charges the kick down. The ball goes backwards. He kicks the ball. He's then in front of the player who's last played the ball, so he's offside. Backwards. Yes, I just wanted to explain the decision.
Great explanation from our referee there.
There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on. Wesselbell put himself in a position where he felt like he could swing it wide. Did it. That's a great kick chase from the U.S.
You are right, but what's happened is
a great strip from Tonga Kofe. He's been fantastic. He's a top tackler for the U.S. right now. And you can just see all the white jerseys flooding down. This is the kick counter defense that you want to have. Great job by DeHaas cutting off that spot. Wessel has a kick, but unfortunately, on that other kick, Julian Roberts was deemed offside.
7 tackles in the match, to your point, partner, for Kofe. Here's Spain now on the restart. 45th minute. That one gathered in, and there's Roberts getting in there with a hit, but getting away there was Jaime Manteca. U.S. getting the ball back. They didn't release in time. That's against Spain. And Charlie Abel has made his first appearance in a USA kit. He'll wear number 18 in replacing Tonga Kofe. So Hilsenbeck's going to call on the tee here, right in the middle of the park.
Yeah, that's been their strategy in the second half of the last 2 games. It's put themselves in a position where they win penalties inside the opposition half. Chris Hilsenbeck, pretty sure off the tee, as he's been All Nations Cup for Chicago.
13 who's onside plays the ball. So because he's played it, the player who's in front of him is in offside position, and he completes the tackle, so he's offside.
More explanation there to the United States from Ben Breakspear out of Wales. Referee in the middle tonight. Strike with a right from Chris Hilsenbeck, and Chris Hilsenbeck doing
22.
Everything he can, but the flags do not go up. Off the mark.
Stay behind, Spain, please.
Not usually what we see from that man. They've tallied 6 penalty kicks in the second half of the last 2 games. He's usually pretty sure-footed. The U.S. gets to restart after this.
Chases are on.
High ball here.
3 from Chris and 3 last week from Cool Hand Luke Carty. DeHaas tracks it down.
No foul play.
Hilsenbeck sends this one. Good
no
strong kick.
The kick has gone backwards under pressure, lads. It's a knock-on.
Knock-on called here by Breakspear.
Once again, the Spanish back 3 just not winning that ball in the air. Something that they'll be disappointed in up until this point. Something that they know they've worked on during the week, knowing what's coming from the USA, but just that focus in those critical moments is what's needed. And it's giving U.S. free possession inside their half. It'll be interesting to see it scrum time now with those 3 replacements that we just saw. A lot of experience, a lot of power. What happens here at scrum time? Can the U.S. keep turning the screws like they have in the first 46? Or will those replacements turn the tide for Spain here upcoming?
There's Charlie Abel, his debut for the United States. Thrilled to have him, a guy in his mid-30s, but he's played at a very high level in recent years and really been dependable and durable throughout his career wherever he's played. DeHaas to it. Hilsenbeck now looking there to get it to Bisag, went into the hands of Bai, and here goes Spain off and running, and they're going to take this the distance and get it back in and get the try. Theon puts it down for Spain, and we are a kick away from this match being level. Spain coming up with a huge play.
Hat tip to Tani Bai. We knew what he could do on the attacking side, but watch him just get in the passing lane in between DeHaas and Hilsenbeck. He just finds that little space so cleverly with all of his experience. Being able to put his man into then the seam, that is what you call a turn of the tide moment, and you want your big players stepping up in big moments to change the game, and Tani Bai did it there. With Theon, the beneficiary of it, and you can now feel the energy change in the stadium. After a fantastic interception And transition try from Spain.
Lopez in front, chip shot coming, about a 10-meter kick right in front of the post here. Looking to level it, and he does just that. So 19 apiece here in the 49th minute. Big moment for Spain to get it level here at 19.
That's what's so great about this game, Benny, is you feel like one team is in control for the first 8 minutes, and it just takes a moment like that to just flip the tide, flip the script on this whole game, and now we've got a level game with 30 minutes to go. Let's go.
KP Piffaletti there. U.S. will have to regroup here. Find a way to get it back here and get possession going again in their favor. The possession is 59-41 to this stage of the match in favor of the U.S., but it counts where it matters on the scoreboard the most. 19 apiece. Wilson Beck's kick. U.S. down there. Spain. A little assistance there, helping the ball come down into the hands of Ignacio Pinheiro. Harvey trying to get that kick, but Spain able to sail it up into the sky. Back there was O'Keefe, couldn't get it. The in there, the try scorer comes up with it. Now by. To the base again. A double pump. Now Lopez will kick one down. Back there gathering that in on that left wing was Perry Mayo. $50 minutes gone in this match now. 30 to play. Wilson surveys. Spain, they'll do the same and counter it back. And that kick, Spain's bench saying, yeah, we'll take that all day long.
It's a new ball, mate. We can't go quick.
Can we go? No, new ball. You can't go quick.
It's the first time Spanish won the aerial contest. First time they've won the kicking battle. Look at the kicking meters for the United States, almost double.
Just wait to be played onside, okay? Just wait.
But a great take in the air, allowed them to set their platform, put Helsenbeck back in his 22. And that kick there is what you call a banana kick, Benny. And it starts on the inside and then it fades towards the touchline. And he just found that little blade of grass before the whitewash to put U.S. inside their half.
Piffaletti goes short to Den Hoot. To Haas.
Attempt to wrap play on.
Played that ball on into the hands there of Nafi Moafu, who has checked in as well. He's wearing 19 for the United States. He's in to replace there, as you see Harvey. That ball off the left shoulder there. Trying to make the take there was Carmona.
Carmona did so well on the previous one to win it. And on this one, just couldn't quite keep it in that basket.
We don't need to wait for the set, please.
You know, in the second half tactics, they've often looked to pin them down in the corners. But in this game, we've seen a little bit more variety, a little more open play from the U.S. backs. It'll be interesting to see what they choose here. Their bread and butter. They'll look to try and get on the front foot with a little bit of manipulation on a set-piece strike.
Front row set to engage.
Bind. Set.
Ah, the beautiful game.
Use it.
There for the Haas. Ruben trying to kick through. By got in front of it though, and now Hilsenbeck gets over there to keep it away from the dangerous Tani Bai. The Haas frees it.
Okay. Use it. Good. Stay on.
Lead, Doc, lead.
Ruben de Haas into the sky. Gathered by Spain, the immediate contact down there from Bisag and Piffaletti. And the Spanish player
I've got a knock on live by Spain.
needing immediate medical attention. Now 2 of them out there, and that did not look good when he came down.
Yeah. Yeah,
the risk of this sport, every time one of those kicks happen, it is so high. Certainly hope he's all right.
Yeah, not what you want to see for any person on a rugby field in a compromised position on the floor. Credit to the referee, seeing it quickly, calling the game dead, especially with flying bodies over the top.
We've cleared the
allowing the
competition.
medical staff to assess,
he takes the ball legally and
get the proper care for that man.
And there's no head contact, so it's going to be a knock-on and scrum to the USA, okay?
So there's the verdict there from Breakspear, and Spanish player.
Good work, guys.
You see right there, just to the right of the center of your screen there, surrounded. 3 trainers there. Checking on him. Time off here in the 53rd minute.
The tackle, the players on the ground.
19 apiece here.
And there's no head contact.
Count the match.
Okay? Go on down.
Try coming from Ian in the 49th minute. The conversion got it level. We're going to look back here at that last sequence and what happened here, Zach.
Caught it nicely, but just that arm there by Dom Bisag just punches the ball out. It looks like the head just was in a compromised position when he hits the floor. Great job timing it, getting it up. But then when you got Bisag and Pifoletti, who are big, heavy men, sometimes you get mangled on the floor there and your head is in a compromised position. But he's all right and is able to get up after his own power.
John Wessel-Bell, the one that was down and now is up. Time back on here.
Okay, let's build on, lads. Come on.
We'll engage here with a scrum for the United States, as you heard a few moments ago from Ben Breakspear here.
Well, good opportunity for the U.S. Yeah, unfortunate injury. Hope he's all right, but now the U.S. has a midfield scrum, and what allows them to do is then pick the numbers on which side they want to go, because they can flow to the left-hand side, or they can flow to the short-hand side with Helsenbeck straight in behind, being the conductor of what's about to happen next.
Helsenbeck on the left of your screen there, and that previous shot to Haas. Bisag. Collision there with Lopez. Down to the floor, Bisag goes. Good tough run, good carry there from Afu. Now Bonasso came in back in that first half. No word on Corey Daniel. We've not seen him down there in the bench area the couple times we've had shots. So you hope for the best for Daniel, but Bonasso comes in. Into the 22 goes the United States. To Haas. Look left there, looked like he was going to Charlie Abel, I do believe. And Charlie just unable to keep his mitts on that one.
Yeah, usually a very sure-handed ball carrier. We've seen it all year long with the Chicago Hounds. Just sometimes the adrenaline clogs the ears, fogs the eyes. You quite can't keep the hands on the ball, but knowing Charlie, he'll take it with a grain of salt. But Chris Hilsenbeck doing a great job as a conductor of this USA attack. They decided to go that left-hand side, and a good couple of dents to put them in a position inside on the 22. But just an unfortunate little knock on there. You can see all the US forwards having a little chat around tactics they want to have in this scrum. I can foresee them really trying to apply a lot of pressure, not allowing Tani Bai to have a free run at the base of this and try and kick it long. Jackie Scarro has been so great for them all game long, all series long.
Corey Daniel there, and you don't want to see that if you're the U.S. That's tough, and clearly done for the evening, and you hope for the best. Such a high-risk sport. It's part of it every time. The men and the women that play this sport, it could be your last match. So you hope Daniel's all right. We play on here in the 55th minute here in a tie, 19 apiece. Scrum coming for Spain.
Watch out for that man on screen, Tani Bai. He can change the game at any moment.
Bind. Load. Set. Too much weight. Too much weight. Not stable, yeah, I agree. The mark is outside, okay? Yeah. We're not stable,
Substitutions
lads, and the
continue
mark is
for both
outside, okay?
countries.
So can't
KB
go direct.
Piffaletti out for the United States now at the hooker spot. That means Shiloh Klein comes in for his 9th cap in his career.
Play on. Hold backwards.
Spain working through. Manteca trying to go backwards, and the U.S. able to pick it up. Roberts there. He could not hang on to it. Spain gets it back. That was a walk-in try if he handles that. Now Spain, they're under pressure, so they've got a kick. Out near halfway, U.S. will get it back, and Roberts saying, give me one more chance to hang on to that.
You could just hear all the air in the stadium just go out as everyone put their hands on their head. Just a little tap back there, and Marv was just all over it.
And you're going to take the
Oh,
line,
and a brilliant offload. I think Roberts was thinking about that backfield coverage coming across. Oh, he was so close to a brilliant moment for the USA.
8th handling error in the match for the Americans, 9 for the Spaniards. Dent delivered there on that carry from the U.S. No points in the second half for the Americans yet. Hilsenbeck tried a penalty goal kick in the 46. Here's another ball up in the air, came down. Bonasso able to reel it in. And Bonasso.
Scrum advantage, okay?
You hear it now. Hilsenbeck tries one. Advantage. Why not give it a shot? See if you can get to it. We'll reset here.
Aerial contest error once again. Right now it's the Achilles heel for Spain, and it's the sword and the dagger for the USA. It's putting in the position where they're just dominating that area and putting the opposition under so much pressure.
He hasn't gained any advantage then. Like he's kicked under pressure. He's only gone 5 meters. I understand, but he hasn't gone far. Yeah, I understand that, but they haven't gained any tactical or territorial advantage.
You hear the crowd here in the United States, the USA chant going in Cary, North Carolina. Possession story there. Another great turnout for USA Rugby.
Free kick up the chase in, so don't go soft, okay?
2 of the last 3 wins for the U.S. on home soil against European sides have come by just a single point. Beat Portugal round 1 of the Nations Cup 2 weeks ago on a 79th minute kick from Hilsenbeck. Are we in store for that again tonight? We will see. 59th minute scrum U.S.
Okay, just sideways player.
Dom to it, now to Haas. O'Keefe takes on one. He's wrapped up down low and dropped there by Boronat, who has come in for Spain. And Spain wins the battle here. They'll get possession again.
Okay, just relax.
That's what we call a speed of support moment. U.S. was just lacking with it there, and Spain had numbers over the ball. Tony Bai did a good job trying to hold up Mark O'Keefe, which made him fall to the floor, isolated. And then his 2 prowess back rows all over that ball.
Wilson the take, and then he bangs one way back down. There's Bai. Bai now giving chase to his own kick. Look at this guy run. Back there under it, Mark O'Keefe. Bai gets in there, gets a piece. Spain gonna get it back here. Didn't release in time.
That's a second penalty, 1 for Boronat, just coming on the field and immediately having his presence felt with 2 incredible breakdown steals. You can see his feet were just anchored in there, stealing the ball. Mark O'Keefe thought that he did a great job putting himself in a position to get that ball back. But Boronat,
you can take your
just
time,
technically really sound,
okay?
putting himself in a position where the referee had no choice but to call a penalty.
If the ball goes dead, we'll take a water break.
And Lopez, the tactical organizer, his 20th cap, can give Spain the lead here. About 45 out.
Giving this a shot is Gonzalo Lopez. And Lopez able to stick it. 3 points for Spain on the penalty goal kick coming in the 60th minute. And Spain on top of the U.S. 22-19.
Pardon? Yeah, he just beats the ruckman. He's on his feet and he gets a lift on the ball. Use the ball.
So the United States and Spain alert and aware, and here they go. And this is the only try of the half so far, Zach.
Yeah, the U.S. to that point had really been dominating everything a part of the game. And then Tani Bai, big players, big moments. They find that, and he puts it in Thean's hand. And once that man gets in front, he's fast enough to finish the job. And a turn of the tide moment for Spain. And this could have been another one. Maiafu just in the right place at the right time. Great offload. But Julian Roberts couldn't quite grasp his second try in this game. Just happens to slip right through.
I don't think it's a secondary shove, it's stable.
So as we say in rugby, it's the fourth quarter now, the final 20 minutes. Lopetti's in, replacing Roberts. That center position, Dom Bisag doing what he's been doing on a pretty regular basis. 4 carries, 57 meters for him. Luke Carty is now in. We look inside of the Spain huddle. This Bai, man, he's a gamer.
He is a gamer. But you can see the belief in Spain. They're just like, we can do this, we can do that. We're putting ourselves in a position to go win this game. It was an interesting third quarter, Benny, because you felt like the U.S. was the one that was dominating it.
Yeah.
But Spain is the one that came out with all the points.
Yep.
And that just comes down to execution moments like we saw with Maiafu and Roberts, comparatively to Bai and Thean. It's just those little moments in this game. If you seize them, the scoreboard usually is in your favor.
10 points for Spain here in half number 2, to your point.
Happy Spain, yeah.
Trying the 49th.
Time back on.
Penalty goal kick we just saw before the hydration break for the players in the 60th minute. U.S. nothing to show yet here in half number 2. They need a try for the bonus point. They scored 3 in the second half last week.
Leave it, lads.
In a comeback win over Zimbabwe, down 3 at halftime in that match. But Spain,
leave it now.
Seems like Spain's had the ball the majority of this half.
They've had it controlled, especially through that man's boot and his pass. And here comes another aerial contest moment.
Wilson mishandled it.
Knock on offside.
Yep.
20. 20.
Just seems like the big theme of this game is that aerial contest. Whoever's seeming to win it gets the pressure and possession. Mitch Wilson was in a good spot, just caught a little bit high on that right-hand side. Very hard to catch it that high, just probably was in that spot a little bit too early. Usually sure-handed.
Yeah, that was really long.
But that aerial contest has definitely been the theme and the game changer so far through 61 minutes. And Lopez, who struck beautifully about 2 minutes ago from a similar spot, tees it up again to try and put his team even further in front and put that lead to 6.
And you said at the start of this match that kicking game and those aerial balls would be the key, and they have been that so far. Massive kick here. About a 46-meter kick from Lopez, and that was struck well with the right, but he could not get it to go through, sailing wide of the post. So it stays 3.
Stays 3. Hit a little stinger draw there.
Behind for me, lads, please.
Didn't quite hit it the way he wanted to. Just a little bit in on the left and didn't quite got the turn or straightness that he was looking for. And we go again.
Here we go. Back inside, Lopez trying to get to the bounding ball and does. He surveys, decides where he wants to kick and powers one down with the right. See where this one is spotted for the restart for the U.S. There's Luke Carty. 3 penalty goals last week. He was huge last November down the stretch. He was huge in September for them in that Rugby World Cup qualifier against Samoa too. He can come through in the clutch when they need him.
Yeah, he's a very creative playmaker. He can use his toe, he can use his pass, he can manipulate in so many different ways. And what a good game changer to bring in the second half for Scott Lawrence.
Here comes the United States now. 5 meters over halfway. Den Hoot helps there in the clean out. The Haas to it, directing traffic. Yep, offside call way too early there against Spain.
Just a little hezzy by De Haas. Gets Suarez to jump off sides. It's almost like a free-playing football. Too many huts and the defensive linemen jump offside. And now allows Luke Carty the choice. Does he go for the corner? Does he go for the tee? Looks like he's going for the tee.
Yeah.
He's definitely got the leg, definitely got the accuracy we've seen all year in the MLR. And this will level the game for the U.S.
Eyes this one up. About a 45-meter attempt here for Carty. 30 on the shot clock, and the crowd letting the U.S. fly half. Soak it in and eye it up. The pressure for these guys immense. Carty takes a look. Does this have enough? No. It was on line, but it was short. Lopez right back.
Just outside, Jess.
U.S. will restart from there.
I didn't quite have the leg on it, but all of his teammates were on it, running down.
Stay on the line, okay, lads?
Maybe just caught it a little fat just behind it. Yeah, I didn't quite get the velocity, caught up a little more spin than he wanted to, but his teammates kick chase really well and forced Lopez to kind of hit a squirreler off the outside of his boot and puts the ball in Shiloh Klein's hand with this lineup.
In for Den Hoot, back down right off the turf. It's gathered in by Patty Ryan as DeHaas
Push box, space, step
let
back,
that
please.
one go, and now Ruben from the base turns to the right and plays it. Spain on top by 3 here. They won last year, 53 weeks ago when these two met in the same state. A little bit further to the west, though, in Charlotte on that night. Here's Charlie Abel.
Good reload.
Carty. To the 22 goes number 22.
Off a foot.
Haas spins on, his
I think it
teammate in
hits the foot of the
Chicago.
player.
That's a big thing with all those guys being familiar. Here's another one. That's
Onside.
Lopetti. Now that
In the right place at the has grabbed the lead. What an out the backdoor flip from Bisak, and just such a smooth runner is Mayo. Runs into the pad, but no harm, no foul. I'll dot the ball down for another 5. Call me Perry Mayo. I'm ready for the moment.
So Perry Mayo came into round 3 of the Nations Cup, tops in meters per carry at 16.6. He scored 2 tries, and they've both been the home run type version like that. Certainly the U.S. into the 22, as any good rugby country would want. That's their bread and butter, but that is a threat that he's added this year.
Yeah, every squad, every team needs a lethal world-class finisher, and Perry Mayo's really stepping into that role brilliantly. We saw one against Zimbabwe last weekend around that 5-meter line on that left-hand side here in the middle of the park, finding his moment off of Bisak.
Here's Spain, though, in a favorable position to restart here as we come up on the 68th minute in the match. Knocked down, U.S. coming with good speed. Spain. Wilson couldn't make the tackle. Ball goes out. Kaluzniak there, and it's going to be U.S. ball, it looks like. No, I stand corrected. They've talked, and it'll be Spain possessing it here.
Yeah, it looks like Tavita Lopetti came over on that cover defensively and got a paw onto it and knocked it out of bounds, trying to cut off that offload lane. Just another wounded warrior getting some treatment after a high, intense, impactful game that we've seen in front of us here, Benny.
Be sure, down to the wire, this one appears to be going. As we look back at that last moment on the touchline. Yep, right there you mentioned Lopetti, and there it was clearly off of Tavita Lopetti.
Yeah, good staunch defense there from Mark O'Keefe, standing his ground on that right wing, not allowing any inch and dragging his man into touch, forcing that chaotic offload.
Oviero's now in as the replacement hooker for Spain, and 16 there on the touchline, lower left of your screen, scrum cap on. Time has been stopped here in the 68th.
Okay, so we've got 15, yeah? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Time back on. Okay.
Ben Breakspear just making sure he's counting players, as you heard there. Good one here tonight on this Saturday night here in the United States. Early Sunday morning over in Spain by Lopez. By big time double tackle there by the Americans. Huge ball coming up for the United States. That was a massive collision and a huge win for the U.S.
When the time is needed, your defense needs to stand tall, and they created an absolute wall there, shutting the door on anything that Spain wanted to do. And to clear the zone, he had to come through the side. The referee was all over it. One thing when it comes to these pressure moments, in big test match rugby, you got to stand up defensively, and a great aerial work there to keep the ball in play and allow a nice clearance for Spain there to kind of flip the field. It's one thing you're allowed to do if you're standing in touch and the ball's going there. If you leave your feet, tap it back into the field and then land back in the field, that is A-okay. Just boom with that left hand, that left shoulder. Zeke Lindenmuth using every pound of himself, just a dense man, shutting the door.
10th cap in his career. He's 29 years old. Here comes Charlie Abel. Charlie Abel. Good, tough carry there from Abel. Big man, but he can do some things. It's turned over. Now Spain, they've got it back. Here they come. Over halfway, Jimeno down. United States getting it back. Lepete, so tough to tackle. They finally wrestle him down. Final 10 minutes here. Who wants it more? U.S. on top by 4. Shiloh Klein the carry.
Use it.
The Haas back for Jason Dahm. We talked with him the last 2 weeks. He told us last week we thrive in the pressure, and they have so far in these 2 Nations Cup matches. Another pressure situation for the United States and for Spain here in this one. 4-point difference. Back tap from the U.S. there, gathered by Carty. Carty trying to place one. Luke Carty doing what he does. Now Spain. Clearance there from them, and the U.S. will get a
side.
Shot it go.
And that gives the U.S. an opportunity to put the ball in Luke Carty's hand for a nice little chip shot to make this a 7-point game. This is that calm and composure that we always talk around in this game. Understanding where you're at, understanding what the game flow has been. And then when opportunities like this come about, you got to seize them. And Luke Carty's got an opportunity right here for 3 more.
Last attempt was on line, the penalty goal kick. Short. Spanish player there right of your screen getting some medical attention. We play through that. Won't affect this kick at all. This kick attempt here from Luke Carty that'll come in the 73rd minute. Under 10 on the shot clock. Carty knows it, takes a walk, takes a step, powers through with that right leg, and Luke Carty has extended this to a 7-point lead for the United States, coming in and showing up again in the second half.
The man's got ice in his veins, big moment. He understands his process, strikes it beautifully to give the U.S. another 7 points. But here comes the discipline.
Yep.
U.S. has to be disciplined.
Okay, time on.
Spain have to execute if they want to claw their way back to eventually try and tie this game up.
Kick from Lopez. U.S. will send it back. They'll return it on a hop, but it's a favorable bounce, forcing Spain back. It's favorable if you're the U.S. In the air, the chase. Spain comes down. They win it. Great line run there by the Spaniards, getting to it for Bai now. Bai, big, heavy run there. Their backup hooker there, that's Obiero. 29 caps for him. Here they come in space, and a nice tackle made out there by O'Keefe. Bai to it. The lead is 7 for the U.S.
Is he okay?
Bai wanting a little help there. He played it out. Back for Lopez. Lopez now trying to slip through there. Ball offloaded. Here's Bai. 4 tries in the tournament so far. Spain pushing that right side of the pitch. Bai frees that ball. On target for Obiero. Lopez. Big collision there. Abel makes the tackle. Dom got in there and spun off the ball carrier. Ball down on the floor. And it's Paddy Ryan getting to it for the U.S. Huge turnover for the Eagles. Now De Haas feeling the heat. Got that kick away in time, though.
First time we've actually seen a Tani Bai. Little scoot there off the breakdown. Found a half seam, but knocked the ball on. Paddy Ryan was all over it. And a good clearance from De Haas to clear the lines, clear the pressure. You can see just Maiafu just doesn't have his eyes on him. Him and Bonasso, though, close that seam quite quickly and forces that knock on. Great defense by the U.S. We knew they needed to stand tall in this last 10 minutes of this game, and they've done that so far. But Spain is throwing the kitchen sink at this, different variations in their attacking shape.
Okay, time on.
Obiero the throw. Lopez. Outside of the edge, dropped right where it needed to be. Here comes Spain now, back on the attack. Mayo over there. Mateu out there, well over 30 caps in his international career. More experience in the reserves for Spain tonight, really, than they had in their starters. For a purpose like this. Can they get it done late? Way outside, this one dropped. Carty, he will power one right down the middle of the park, will Luke Carty. And Carty, you cannot ask for a better kick than that. But it's going to be a goal line dropout, but the U.S. will get it back regardless.
My man, Paddy Ryan, what an impact moment at the breakdown. Another Tani Bai, little snipe, gets himself a couple of meters, but his speed of support wasn't there. And Paddy Ryan is an expert when it comes to breakdown technique. A couple of dents here. Tani Bai sees that it's not open. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that great little steal, but the U.S. have put themselves in a great position now with a drop goal.
De Haas trying it, and off the mark. It sails wide to the right from Ruben De Haas.
Yeah, no, it's an attempted goal, so it's a 22.
Surprised by that?
It's an interesting tactic, Benny, because one thing is you're now giving Spain an opportunity to then kick the ball even longer. They had a goal line dropout. That was an opportunity for the U.S. to kind of milk some time off the clock and work their forwards. But the U.S. is always going to go back to the kicking game.
No good, thank you.
A bold strategy. We'll see if it pays off for him. Spain's got it back here as we're inside of 4 to go. U.S. leading by 7, 29-22. United States came into the match needing 2 points to finish atop the pool halfway through the Nations Cup here in the July test window. And to touch, this one goes.
Had the overlap. Mayo was coming up late on that slingshot. He had Manteca, who we've seen how experienced and how dangerous he can be, but just throwing the ball low forced him with the only option to kind of chip it through. And O'Keefe there, who's done so well in this game, battling through his injuries, and Tani Bai scrapping and clawing and trying to drag his team forward back into this game.
Time is off. Back on it comes. Inside of 3 minutes to go. Klein. Den Hoot. Now to Haas.
Step back, 7, step back. Good work, got back on side.
Abel. Charlie Abel, second half replacement here. 5 carries in the match for Big Charlie.
Use it.
International debut for the U.S. to Haas. Into the Cary, North Carolina sky. Touch finder on that far side.
A big mistake from Ruben de Haas, who's usually so awesome with his accuracy and his timing. Just hooked it a little bit, and then it goes out on the full. So it breathes life back into Spain. I was going to say before this segment, it kind of felt like they were deflated, but that moment will definitely bring
don't close, lads, don't close. I'll bring in
an air of urgency back into them, knowing that they've got the ball at halfway, 2 minutes to go. We've seen this before from them. Can they do it again?
Locked up here, trying to get this maul going is Spain. Down 7. 100 seconds and counting to play, and the U.S. going to come away and get possession back here for the infraction in there.
He breaks the seam, so he's allowed to come through there.
Wow. Fantastic defense by the USA forwards. Right when they needed a moment, they delivered it. You can hear the referee saying one of the U.S. players had gotten his way through the maul and got himself through the middle, so therefore he's able to then get the ball. And when you're able to do that and then it collapses, it's a turnover for your squad. Great job getting skinny through those tight seams in a maul. What a moment for the U.S. to get a critical turnover at a critical moment in the game.
Massive.
These forwards have been outstanding all game long.
Yep.
Crouch.
Under a minute to go. McVie in now as the scrum half for the United States, replacing de Haas. His shift has ended for the night.
Okay, we'll play. We're stable.
His 50th national team match tonight. 47th international test match for Ruben. U.S. just trying to run time here. Final 30 seconds. McVie directing traffic. Want to make sure they do everything right here. They'll take that just down to the floor is all they need. 7-point lead for the United States.
Use it. Use the ball.
McVie tells him exactly where it's coming. Mafu there, down to the floor he goes. Final 5 seconds here. U.S. McVie to it. Down to the floor they go again. You hear Breakspear in there, and there's the kick. It's sent into the seats, and the United States goes 3 for 3 in the 3 rounds so far in the Nations Cup. They've won 4 matches in a row going back to last season. Q Freebird, the Eagles win by 7.
You can just feel how much they wanted this game to go 3 for 3, top their pool. Fantastic performance by that man, Paddy Ryan. And a great effort from the Spanish. They threw everything they had at this USA team. But it wasn't enough in the end. Jason Dahm, fantastic leadership from the man. And what a great result for the USA.
We will talk with Jason. We will also talk with Alvaro Garcia, the young captain from Spain. And you mentioned him late, Mark O'Keefe. What a shift he turned in on that right wing spot. It's been 3 rounds, 3 different right wingers, and O'Keefe gets through. He has a terrific night. By with another try tonight. Battled a couple late handling miscues out of Spain. And the United States gets it done, going 3 for 3 and finishing atop their pool halfway through the Nations Cup.
And when you got 2 great nations like the U.S. and Spain, it comes down to little moments. And those little moments were won by the U.S. here tonight. But nothing to take away from the Spanish effort and what they brought forth.
Yep.
An incredible 80 minutes from them, an incredible the last 3 weeks from them. But Shiloh Klein and Tavita Lopetti had an incredible impact in that last 20, 15 minutes. That was needed for the U.S. to close it out, and all smiles there from Ethan McVeigh.
He comes in and finishes it out. The closer comes in the final minute, helps put it away, he and Piffoletti, and that's a massive win and a massive moment. You said it, partner. You can see how much it means, and Spain will finish their 3 here in North America in the Nations Cup, 1-1-1, winning last week, drawing with Canada in week 1, and losing here tonight. There's Jason Dahm, who we'll talk to. Again, we'll also talk with Alvaro Garcia, the young captain for Spain. Patty Ryan, you loved his performance tonight.
Yeah, he needed to step up defensively at the breakdown and got 2 critical turnovers. One was at the goal line to stop a Spanish try and kind of flip the script in that first half, and the second one in a critical moment as Spain was trying to drive down the field to try and tie it up. Big players in big moments step up when it's needed, and Patty Ryan definitely did that here tonight.
U.S. a winner, 29-22 against Spain.